Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire potential briefing for Wednesday, August 24th. On the impact map, lots of monsoonal moisture streaming up from the south. You see it in the green here, the deepest along the Nevada, Utah border, but widespread on either sides and gets pushed a little further south and east as we go into the end of the week. The other thing we're watching, this drier push of air with humidity in the upper single digits to mid-teens, slowly trying to push across Idaho. It probably will get across the western half, but still a little too moist further to the east. We look at the past 24 hours. Most of the precipitation was in southern and eastern areas, fairly light, some lightning, but this lightning is occurring over fields that are still quite moist. We don't even have too much in the way of new starts there. New starts in the red, recent fires in the yellow. Team fires, large fires in Idaho in these open purple circles. And over the past 2 weeks, we can see that the precipitation quite extensive, except for far western and northern areas. So we're in Idaho where precip was still spotty areas, somewhat above, or I should say below normal. But you can see how much more above normal we've been for the past 14 days. Look at 100-hour fuels. Again, starting to dry out across western Nevada a little bit over the past couple of days, but it's going to be a long haul to get that drying to go further eastwards. We'll get there eventually, looks like by early to middle next week. Here's a monsoonal moisture already getting enhanced by this little weak trough, and we expect a lot of this clear sky to fill in with clouds and showers as we go through the afternoon hours. We look at that upper level map for this afternoon. You see the solid stream of monsoonal moisture across much of Utah into parts of eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, and some showers popping up in this area in black out here as well. You can see no real areas critically dry at this point. Humidity, though, is starting to dry out. We see that in the single digits to low teens into parts of Idaho. Gets a little bit higher as you head further to the east and to the south. Winds, just some local breezes across the western portion of the Great Basin, 15 to 25 miles an hour. On Thursday, monsoonal moisture, the deep part of it gets pushed further to the east and south, but still some areas through here. In this area in black, anywhere you can see some pop-up isolated storms, as well as up here in far eastern Idaho and western Wyoming. You can see some areas drying out, getting into the brown through here. It'd be the second day of humidity in the 10 to 15% range for a lot of these areas. Winds just maybe 10 to 20. We see the areas in the dark green. These other circles through here are brief 15-minute outflow boundaries from nearby thunderstorms. Now on Friday, drier air starts to make its presence felt across much of the Great Basin. Still some monsoonal moisture lingering across the south and east. The tightening height lines in response to this trough of low pressure digging off the Pacific Northwest coast is going to start increasing some winds through here. So we have the 70 on the right. We see these winds up here in central Idaho mountains, probably gusting into the mid to upper 20s, 15 to 25 here in northern Nevada, along with low humidity. So we'll have to watch that for possibly holdovers starting to act up once again. This is our 3-day precipitation totals expected. Wettest across south and east, not too much more in Idaho or western Nevada. And then on Saturday, we have this fairly deep low pressure area. It's actually going to fire up some showers and thunderstorms in these areas in green, but drier and breezy air further south. And then the drier air starts working its way across from west to east on Sunday. And then by Monday, really starting to make its presence felt as high pressure starts carving itself out. By Tuesday, strong high pressure, near record heat across some areas of Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, dry air. This is when we could see our existing fires start moving as well as new holdovers really emerging. So definitely things will be picking up with this heat towards the early part of next week. 7-day precipitation totals. And the 8 to 14 day continues that pattern of above normal temperatures, much above across the entire geographic area, also drier than normal signal. It's something we haven't seen in quite some time. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.